Hello. Welcome, everyone. As some of y'all may know, I'm JoeHart. Thank you for coming to my stream live. Thank you for watching it recorded. Thank you for everybody on all the platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Thank you for everybody. I would love to get people watching, of course, but I really like comments. I would love if people could engage in that way. That would be great. So let me see here. 2024 U.S. Presidential Election. Okay. So let's see here. What would we say? Hello and welcome to all. Feel free to comment. Thanks. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go to the banners. Okay. So, hello. My name is JoeHart. I'm a person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. I'm a live streamer. I've been live streaming for quite a few years. I do various topics, and quite often I do various topics in the same stream. So I do tend to be all over the place, but I'm going to try to keep this focused. But yeah, I won't be 100%, but I hope to be pretty focused on what it is. Hello and welcome to everybody. Like I said, I love comments, and feel free to let me know where you're watching from, what stream, what platform you're watching from. Like I said, I'm on Facebook page, Facebook profile, LinkedIn profile, YouTube. I got a primary account and a secondary account. Twitch, I'm still learning, but I'm only doing it through StreamYard. Sorry, I'm parched. And then Twitter, which I haven't quite figured out. I've got 3 accounts. I'm doing 2 of them right now, but Twitter can't. Anyway, when I started doing StreamYard 7-9 months ago, whenever it was, Twitter was my largest platform, and it suffered a little bit because, StreamYard, you're not allowed to make comments. It can't be live. When there's no comments, you have to follow up with people later, which is no fun. Anyway, I'm hoping to start covering the 2024 U.S. presidential election. And then just to give you a little history, in 2020, which, everybody, quite a few people consider 2020 to be their least favorite year of forever, because of COVID and the start of it and stuff. I live in New England, and I was in Florida. For the last several years, I've been a media person covering various things, motorsports, elections, all sorts of stuff. And in 2020, I was in Florida, and I was covering motorsports, and I was there. I was probably going to be in Florida for several weeks. At the beginning of the season and at the end of the season, there's a lot of Florida events because the weather. The summer, that's when they go to northern part of the United States because it's warm enough. But in January, February, and October, November, it's cold except for Florida, so they go to Florida. Anyway, I was down there in February of 2020 to cover quite a few events. Let me get this. Sorry. So I don't know. I could probably find out what day it was, but I don't know what day it was. February 10th or 12th or 15th or something. I don't know what day it was. But for motorsports, the events are Monday to Sunday. Sunday is the end day, the last day of the week for me, because that's when most of the important races are. So at the end of the race, my week ends, and then Monday morning it starts over again for a new week. So I think I went to an event the prior week before, or 2 weeks before, or several weeks before, quite a few events, and I was just there. And so it was, Monday, uh, not much happened. Oh, and plus there was 4 different events. Hey, Nightbot, thank you very much. There were 4 different events in Florida within driving distance of 4 different series: NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, and I forget the other. Probably I forget. And NHRA. And so on Tuesday, I think one of the 4 canceled, and I'm like, that's weird, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then, but I was like, okay, I'll pick one of the others, and then Wednesday, I don't, something may have happened, something may have not. I think Wednesday evening, a second one canceled. And then Thursday morning, all 4 of them canceled. And I'm like, wow, what the hell's going on? And no one knew what was going on. It was brand new to COVID. So I went, okay, well, can't do motorsports. So let's go out to Iowa for the primaries and the caucuses and stuff. So I immediately went from Florida to Iowa for the caucuses, the start of the primaries. And of course, they're going to have the same scheduling challenge with the COVID as motorsports did, although people were making political decisions. The Republican states were still having, they denied that COVID existed, so they were still having elections and primaries. And the Republican states generally were canceling, postponing or canceling or whatever. So anyway, so I went out to Iowa, and it's a blur. I mean, I don't know what I did a week ago, so it's kind of a blur, but it was pretty intense. It was the most incredible thing I've ever done. But so I started in Iowa, and I did, I don't know. I think I did 3.5 weeks there, or 4.5 weeks there, and the day I showed up, I was 3 weeks late. I should have gotten there a lot sooner, but then ended up New Hampshire was number 2, which is right by my house, or my neighborhood of the country. So I did go Iowa to New Hampshire, took a break because I couldn't go to Arizona, and then I went back out. Anyway, I was on the road during 2020 for 235 days. 235 days. Holy poop, almost 8 months. And I visited 31 states. And I was a media person. I was covering the events. So I was doing interviews, and it was just incredible. And, the day Trump won, I really didn't know much about politics, but I was like, wow, he was elected. Let me figure out how this happened. And so I started learning a lot. So I crammed, I guess, for 4 years. So by 2020, I was pretty knowledgeable, but still, learning a lot of stuff. Anyway, there was a ton of stuff I didn't know. So I think the biggest thing that I didn't know, or it blows me away to this day. And I hope it blows other people away. But Iowa was the first state to do anything, and they do caucuses. So the first primary / caucus was a caucus in Iowa. It was the first. And they've been famous for being the first state. And, they kind of got in trouble in 2020, and there's talk about them not being first anymore. I think currently they're still scheduled first, but I think it was pretty controversial. I think they're going to lose being the first state. But anyway, currently they're scheduled as the first date, January 15th, I think, of 2024. Anyway, what I was not aware of, when I got out to Iowa, there were first date. So no results yet, no people dropping out of the race yet. No, nothing, nothing has happened yet. So for the first state, there were 37 Democratic candidates, 37 of them, Democratic candidates. And even more amazing, there were 38. Hey, Vincent, how are you? Is there a point into this ramble? Hi, Vincent. Feel free to not stick around. I wasn't created to give you points. Golly, oh my goodness. No, I'm covering all the stuff. So you can stick around. Don't be a dick. I don't tolerate dicks really long. So, yeah, you can fuck off if you want, Vincent. That's fine with me. Is there a point to this ramble? So, okay. So anyway, and even more amazing, for the Republicans, there were 38 candidates. So I was out in Iowa for quite a few weeks. I interviewed everybody but one candidate. That was their choice, not my choice. So I interviewed 74 out of 75 candidates. So I don't think 2024 is going to be as exciting, but I think I'm going to do about the same thing. And again, one thing I wasn't too aware of. Vincent, don't leave me. Come on. Don't you want to be a dick? Come on, Vincent. Vincent Stokes. Vincent Stokes. So, anyway, another thing I wasn't aware of is that essentially every single week there are elections ad infinitum. Every single week there's elections. So I'm going to, we'll probably start, as Vincent clearly pointed out, I have trouble having priorities and points and, focuses and stuff. Foci, I guess is what it's called. And I was going to try to do everything, what's it called? Chronological. So I'll probably start at Ballotpedia, and we can start there, and then it'll get, so that will be current elections, minor and all elections. So some are very minor. And then the debate would be chronologically, and then back to the elections. And then I would probably start talking about the primaries and the caucuses. None of that stuff's going on right now. So, I mean, there's limited stuff to be found here. But anyway. Da ba ba da da bum bum. Vincent Stokes. MSW. Advocate for disenfranchised populations. Disenfranchised. Just writing a little quick note to Dick Face. Stick around. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, let's see here. So, okay, let's let me go to oh shit, it doesn't show today. So let me present Okay, I'm going to go over this. There's a weird thing that Ballotpedia does, and I've been kind of going to them to learn about all the elections that are going on. And like I said, these are all elections. So some are very minor. They're school elections and municipal and recall and primary and special and, you know, all of them. Runoffs, you know, it's just all of them. So it's a ton of them. So one thing Ballotpedia does is they eliminate the events that are today. And I guess maybe everybody plans. So by the time they get to today, they don't need to be reminded what's going on today. Anyway, there's a bunch of things going on today, but it's already gone. The schedule I'm showing right there starts at the 15th. I'm going to go over the 8th real quick. I'm going to go over the 8th as quickly as I can go. Oh, Vincent, come on, buddy. Disenfranchised. Let's look at this guy. So what disenfranchised? Disenfranchised. You advocate for. I was there for 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Vincent. Okay, so I wish I could show this to you. I wish they kept today's thing. But anyway, there is, you know, and this is updated. Like I print up quite a bit. So I print up a couple months into the future. And certainly if I checked every couple months, every couple weeks, there'll be some updates and stuff. So there might be modifications here. But anyway, 3, 6, 9, 10. There were 10 events today. Oh, okay. So the debate is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And that's on the 23rd. And I'm in New England. So I would be traveling out there to cover the debate. And then traveling. Okay. Okay. So anyway, so I noticed what states between New England and Wisconsin, you know, which ones are coming up in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, today there's Michigan, Minnesota, and Ohio. Michigan's pretty fucking far. And then Minnesota and Ohio. I mean, Michigan and Minnesota is very far, and Ohio is pretty far. So I wasn't able to get out there in time. But anyway, the schedule there. Let me go here. Let's see here. So we have wow. You're stupider than I thought. Wow, you're stupider than I thought. All right, so let's see here. So let me go to, okay, what do we do here? Full screen layout. Take the banner off. Or not banner, what is that? So anyway, August 15th, California, North Dakota, August 22nd, Alabama, New Hampshire, and then August 23rd, I will most likely be in Milwaukee covering the Republican debates. I guess someone considered me to be a Trumper. I don't know where they got that from, but I will cover the Democratic debates when they happen too, but they're not scheduled, I don't believe, yet. And then onward. So anyway, so that's that schedule. So let me go back. Let me see here. Stop that. So I'm going to present the debate. And this is, it's just slowly covering it. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, poor little Vincent had to unfollow me. Oh, poor little baby. Okay. So this is, did I share it already? Let me see if that's shared. Did that share? Okay, like I said, I will go to both if they're within reasonable driving distance, and that changes by the month. But I would say maybe Colorado and east or something like that, or Missouri and east or something like that is about what I would do. I've done more. I've done Idaho, blah, 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 Colorado, and a few others. But anyway, I can't afford all the driving to all the places. So let's see here. What do we got here? Okay. So anyway, let's just go over it. So these are the 2024 Republican Party presidential debates. And so I think they currently have two scheduled. The first one is August 23rd, which, is in 15 days, I do believe, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the Fiserv Forum. And then September 27th is at the Reagan Library, Simi Valley, California. Obviously, I'm not going to drive out to there. And I think there's more. I think there's a third and fourth and fifth and sixth. And I just don't know enough about politics to, I'm going to learn, but I don't quite know about politics to know if the Democrats do have debates. I thought they did. I thought 4 years ago, both parties had debates. But maybe they don't if their president is in the White House. I don't know. I hope both parties do debates because I want to cover both. So what did I scroll up for? Let's see here. Anyway, they have quite a few. I guess, if you're on X or Twitter or whatever, y'all probably know that Pence finally did qualify for I think the second debate, but he finally did. Anyway, there's quite a few people listed. I don't know all of them, but there's Burgum, Christie, DeSantis, Haley, Pence, Ramaswamy, Scott, Trump, Hutchinson, Johnson, Suarez, Elder, and Hurd. And I don't know how many I read, but that's a lot. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, I think. So I don't think the stage will have 13 people on them, but they're just trying to list who can qualify and stuff. So that's what that is. And then, back to the let's I guess everybody wants me to get to the primaries and stuff. The point. What's the point to the ramble? So let's see. I took that off. Let's go back to, okay, so present, share screen, Ballotpedia. Okay, so April 29th has 4 events: California, Idaho, Mississippi, Virginia. September 5th has, whoa, shit, sorry about that. September 5th has 5, Rhode Island, twice, South Carolina, Utah. September 7th, no state, Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. I guess it's probably a reservation, so it's not in a particular state, I guess. September 7th. And then September 12th, there's 6 events. And that's kind of on this path that I'm going to Milwaukee and back. Anyway, Connecticut, Hartford has a primary election. Massachusetts, Boston has a Boston City primary. And New York has a special election for the Assembly District 27. The other 2, North Carolina, Nebraska, and 3, Oklahoma, too far. And then September 14th is 2 Tennessees. September 19th to 4, 3 New Hampshires and 1 Pennsylvania. That's kind of on the path that I'm doing. September 26th to Alabama. Where'd that go? September 26th. And then November 7th, which I'm not, whoa, God, leave. Did that jump to? Nope. Big jump. October 3rd. There is Alaska, Alabama, California, Colorado, 2, and then Florida. And then October 5th, there's 1, Tennessee. And then October 10th has a Massachusetts. So there's 4 of those. And again, October 10th, that's pretty long to still be on the road. I probably won't. I've done that, but I need a lot more activity than what's going on right now. Like all the primaries would be the best. But like I said, I went to 32 states to cover all of the events. So Massachusetts is on this path, and then 2 North Carolinas and Oklahoma are not. And then 2 October 14th, Louisiana's, and then November 7th, which is a light year away from here. So that's that. That's the Ballotpedia. And that's where I get all my information for elections. Like I said, basically for every single week, there's elections. I was unaware of that, but I'm learning more and more about it. So let's see, primaries. Where are primaries? I know that's somewhere. So let's stop that. So let me present that. I don't know if that's going to be very easy to read. I hope it is, but let's see. I'll go off screen because it'll make it easier for me to read. Okay, so this is the 2024 primary schedule, and it's in 2024. It starts January. Now, the first one is the Iowa caucuses. Currently, that is presently the first state. It might stay that way. I don't know. 4 years ago, it was threatened that they would lose that privilege because they messed up during 2020. I forget the particulars, but it was pretty messed up. I thought they were going to lose it, but currently they are still the first state. Anyway, I think there's even less caucuses this year, although there's two other in the screen: Michigan Republican Caucus and American Samoa Democratic Caucus. Anyway, 4 years ago there was like 3. South Carolina, and I think they've changed already. Well, here's South Carolina primary. Anyway, I'm going to get a hold on that. I don't know about it yet. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to let me see here. Oh, little dick face had to leave. Ypsilanti. You know, it's weird. His picture makes him look like a Trumper. But I don't know. Why would we judge someone by their picture? Oh, he advocates, of course, but not someone like me. I'm disabled, but he's not going to advocate for me. He's going to attack me. That's a weird advocate. Pick and choose who you get to advocate for. So let's see here. So, okay. So, and I'm going to map this out. I've been working on, I'm just trying to get my first initial thing out. So the 2024 primary schedule, January 2024, currently has Iowa caucuses and New Hampshire primary. Iowa caucus, January 5th, New Hampshire primary, January 23rd. I'll probably cover both those, even though there's a huge distance between them. And coming back to New Hampshire, I'm already back home. And then South Carolina would be okay. Nevada's too far. Michigan would be okay. Plus, I think Michigan's the tightest state. I generally go for, when I cover these events, sorry, let's see here. What's this? Sorry, hello. When I cover these events, the most important thing to me is closeness. Again, I guess a lot more people knew about this than I thought, and certainly I didn't really know it. But there's really about 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 max states that determine who's the president. Like 35 or more of the states are strongly Democrat, are strongly Republican, and their votes might change, a percent or 3% or 5%, but they're still 40% Democrat, 40% more Democrat than Republican, or 40% more Republican than Democrat. So they don't make any difference at all in who wins the presidential election. It's too bad. California is too far, to Democrat, and Montana and Wyoming are too far Republican. So it really, you're not making any difference in the world at all when you vote, which I like to say, I want everybody to vote. I think it's all those words. I think it's your civic duty, your civil duty, your privilege, your right, all those words, whatever words people can think. I think I think people need to vote now, anyway. So I like to look at the closest state, and from when I was out on the road for 2020, where is that? Don't I have that with me? So bear with me. Let's see here. My brain shuts down when I Anyway, I think Michigan is the closest state. Anyway, I will have that later. I can't find it right now. I apologize. So yeah, I would go to Michigan because it's the closest. Alabama's a blowout. I can't afford American Samoa, although I'd love to go. Arkansas, blowout. California, blowout. Colorado, I like to go, but they're probably the 10th closest state, so it's pretty close. Maine, I forget. I think they're the 15th closest state, something like that. Massachusetts, blowout. Minnesota, blowout, but I have a lot of people there that I'd like to go to. North Carolina, blowout. Oklahoma, blowout. Tennessee, blowout. Texas, blowout. Utah, I think, blowout. Vermont, that's a blowout. Virginia, I think, is not close, but I forget. Democrats abroad, I went there 4 years ago. That was kind of cool. I just crossed into Canada. That's the closest place for me. So that was really cool to do that. I will probably do that again. Now, when, that was for March 5th, and I just happened to notice that. But some of those dates, and I think March 5th is the main one, there's like 10 or 15 things all at once. Let me see if I can find that. March 5th. God damn it. Didn't count them. There's a bunch. So I can't 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hoo, hoo, hoo. All right, so I went until June. I'm sure it can go further. But anyway, yeah, so March 5th, there's 16 states or entities doing something then. So I obviously can't go to all of them. And even for the previous week, like the prior thing before that is March 2nd, but the prior thing before that is February 27th. So I have 7 days or so to cover all those things. So, I mean, I can just do what I can do. And again, it's, if there's 16 states, but the 15 of them are the biggest blowout, both Democratic and Republican, I'm probably not going to spend. I go to the closest state it is. So if they're all blowouts, I go to the least, whatever, with distance, with my OCD, with my disabilities. But I guess there are some advocates that pick and choose what disenfranchised population they work with. But so yeah, it's still being decided where I'm going to go. But I did it last time, which was really phenomenal. I was a media person. I covered it. I was as unbiased and neutral as I could be. I do have a brain, and I do vote. And I can notice when people are lying and fibbing and stuff, but I guess my fake news is other people's real news, and their fake news is my real news, whatever. It's just too bad that, news has become politicized, but it is everything, Ooh. So anyway, yeah, I think I just wanted to do an overview, and I think that was, that's probably a pretty good overview. My hope, and I'm a numbers guy, so I will say there's about a 10 or 15% chance that I'll go to Milwaukee before 15 days to get there before the 23rd. So let's see here. Well, yeah, so Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio were all today. Ohio, I probably could have scampered to if I wanted to real quickly. And then Michigan and Minnesota were probably too far. Even 2 days ago, that was pretty far. Now, August 22nd is New Hampshire, but that's way back here, and I want to be way closer. I mean, that's the day before. So I want to be way anyway. It looks like not many of these states I'm going to cover. Now, I will always be looking for, I'm a numbers guy, and I print up all the counties, and I rank the counties. And so I'm usually aware of the 10 closest counties in any state. Not all 50 states, but when I go to a state, I'm going to get ready for that state. So that would be something I would probably do before. And then, probably after. What's that? Connecticut, Mass, and New York is on the 12th. So if I do stay on the road, that's 19 days. So that's quite a few days to go to other places and stuff. And to interview all open-minded and closed-minded people such as Vincent. Oh, Vincent. Oh, golly, Vincent. Where would I be without you? So, okay. So yeah, that was I think I just wanted to do my first. I've been covering I've been a crime sleuther for a while. I got involved because of the Idaho 4, and I actually did go out to Idaho, which was an intense trip and an intense situation out there for the court case. I went to Pennsylvania for the court case, and then I went to Idaho for the court case. So I was doing that, and then I just a couple of days ago did motorsports. So I hope to go in the direction of the U.S. presidential election. And as a media person, I want to cover all the events as much as I can, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I think that's about it. I appreciate everybody being here, especially Vincent. I guess I taught him. I wasn't going to unfollow him, but he needed to unfollow me on LinkedIn. I'm not sure why, but he needed to. Ypsilanti. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna head out. I don't know what kind of schedule I'm going to get on. I would probably like to do 2 or 3 times a week. I'd love to get the panels. Obviously, I'll need to get onto the point sooner in case I want people to be on my panel. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting to panels, but it is my stream, so I get the, I don't want lies, and I want real discussions and stuff that aren't about lies and stuff. So anyway, thank you very much. I will talk to you later. I do apologize for it being really rough. I didn't really know how to do it. I probably will always have to do chronological, so that will be 3 different things. It will be the Ballotpedia elections that are going on all the time, every single week, ad infinitum. And then the debates, which currently there's only 2 for the Republican. I don't see any debates for the Democrat, but if they're nearby, I'd like to cover them. And then, once we get, probably November 18th, I'd be heading out. What's that? September, October, November. That's 3 months, 3+ months. 3 1/3 months from now, I would be going to Iowa for 6 or 7 weeks to cover the caucuses. That's the coolest thing in the world. I hope to talk a whole stream about Iowa. So anyway, that's it. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good night. Feel free to contact me on all platforms. Thank you to Facebook page, Facebook profile, LinkedIn profile, except for Vincent, because he had to unfollow me. I'm not sure why. Vincent Stokes from Ypsilanti, Michigan. He has an MSW, and he advocates for disenfranchised populations, but not me. I'm disabled. He needs to attack me. So, don't know. So anyway, but yeah, thank you to LinkedIn, everybody else, and then the 2 YouTube channels. I got the JoeHart PwD's, and then the what's it called? The other cute one, my kitty cat, Francis Assistant. There, right there. Francis Assistant is my second YouTube channel. And then Twitch, I only do it through StreamYard. I don't know much about Twitch. I'm trying to learn more about it. And then 2 YouTubes. A mini stream. All right. So I think that's it. So thank you very much. And I'll talk to y'all later. Okay. So end broadcast in 3, 2, 1. Then you got to hit it twice. So end broadcast in 3, 2, 1. Bye.